All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a complete step-by-step blueprint to automate your sales outreach. We're talking about architecting a totally new system, an agentic outreach engine. And the goal here? It's specifically designed to help you consistently book 50 calls a month, literally while you're sleeping. So if you're tired of just staring at a blank screen, wondering how on earth you're going to hit your targets this quarter, well, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it. First up, I've got to ask, why are you still doing manual outreach when a machine is, no joke, 10 times better at it? I know it sounds a little confrontational, but it's absolutely essential to think about. I mean, the sheer pain of sending one-off emails, trying to personalize every single one, and then just crossing your fingers hoping for a reply, it is completely exhausting. The source material we're looking at today actually calls this manual grind the screwdriver phase of sales. It's totally outdated. It's like you're trying to build a skyscraper with a hand tool when there's an absolute powerhouse of a machine sitting right there, just waiting for you to turn the key. Look, there are basically two types of sellers out there right now. On the left, you've got the doer of tasks. This is that old school grind mentality. Manual list scraping, firing off individual emails. Honestly, it feels a bit like mining for coal with a pickaxe, right? It's exhausting, and it puts a massive ceiling on your potential. But over on the right, we have the director of workflow. And this is exactly where you want to be. You're no longer the one doing all the heavy lifting. Instead, you're the architect building the automated systems that do the lifting for you. Shifting your identity from doer to director is the absolute first step to survival in modern sales. So here is the masterclass blueprint we're going to build together today. First, from doer to director, then building the AI brain, followed by AI-driven deep research, the agentic logic engine, mastering speed to lead, and finally, discipline and focus triggers. Okay, starting off with section 1, from doer to director and the looming 2026 AI shift. Guys, by 2026, the people succeeding at the very highest levels aren't going to be the ones burning the midnight oil on manual tasks. They are going to be the AI power users. And think about how incredibly close 2026 actually is. The sources are crystal clear on this. Mastering these tools isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's an absolute necessity. If you don't transition your manual outreach into an automated engine, the long-term implications are pretty stark. You are going to be left in the dust by competitors who are using machines to do in minutes what currently takes you weeks. Which brings us to section 2, building the AI brain, or as we like to call it, curing the messy mind. You know, a messy mind leads to messy prompts. And that is exactly why so many people get that weird, robotic-sounding, totally ineffective garbage when they try to use AI. To fix that, we create what's called a master prompt. This is a comprehensive, deep dive audit of your professional knowledge and your company context. You document all of this, and then you upload it as a single PDF document. This gives the AI its stable reference point. It's essentially the brain for your system. It takes a generic, clunky tool and instantly promotes it to your most senior, deeply knowledgeable sales partner. So what actually goes into this master prompt PDF? Well, you need to do a total brain dump. You've got to include your specific company context, hard revenue data, a really detailed breakdown of your target customer base, and, this is crucial, your unique brand tonality. Like, are you super corporate and formal, or are you punchy and casual? By feeding this extremely specific data into the system, the AI fundamentally understands what a high-quality lead looks like for your specific business. It stops sounding like a total stranger and starts sounding exactly like you. Moving right along to section 3, AI-driven deep research. This is where we completely delete the fear of rejection. Think back to the old way of doing things for a second. Manual scraping gave you these generic lists, which meant inevitably high rejection rates. It's totally soul-crushing. But the new way? Deep research. Using tools like ChatGPT's deep research mode, the AI actually goes out and analyzes your social graph. It looks at who you know, who they follow, and it identifies specific people who can provide warm introductions to your high-value prospects. So it effectively deletes the fear of rejection altogether, simply because you aren't cold calling anymore. And the speed? The speed is what's really going to blow your mind here. Get this. The research process that would normally take a human team 3 full weeks to complete, the AI knocks it out in just 6 minutes. Think about that massive leap in efficiency. 6 minutes to find perfectly targeted, warm introductions. It's just wild. All right, section 4, the agentic logic engine and making real-time decisions. Now, the core tool powering this whole engine is called Gumloop. Think of it like a highly dynamic flowchart. Instead of basic, rigid automation that just moves in a dumb straight line, Gumloop makes the system agentic. It acts as the intelligent logic board of our engine. It actually empowers the AI to make real-time decisions at every fork in the road, closely mimicking how a human would evaluate real data on the fly. Let's walk through exactly how this dynamic sequence plays out. Step 1. The AI evaluates and scores your leads against the precise criteria you set up back in your master prompt. Step 2. Based on those scores and the specific needs it identifies for each prospect, it intelligently routes them to the right outreach channels. And Step 3. It triggers customized automated follow-up sequences. The whole system dynamically processes and qualifies leads from start to finish, totally without human intervention. To pull the curtain back a bit, here is the exact software stack we're talking about. And honestly, watching these tools assemble is kind of like watching the Avengers come together. You've got ChatGPT serving as the deep research arm, tirelessly mapping out the social graph. Then Gumloop is your visual logic board, making those crucial real-time routing decisions. Zapier jumps in to trigger the automated follow-up sequences the second a lead is qualified. And lastly, Atlas serves as the inbound AI voice handler. This is your entirely automated ecosystem, all working in perfect harmony.
Next up, Section 5, Mastering Speed to Lead with Instant Engagement.
So let's talk more about Atlas. It's this highly sophisticated AI voice system that acts as your frontline responder. And it sounds so incredibly human that it can actually manage sales objections naturally. For example, if a prospect picks up the phone and says, "Hey, I'm super busy right now," Atlas doesn't glitch out. It instantly pivots and smoothly offers to reschedule for next week. It confirms the meeting times and automatically locks those calendar invites right in. It's handling these complex, human-level conversations and seamlessly filling your calendar, literally while you're asleep. But why is this automated voice engagement so absolutely critical? 2 words: speed to lead. The sources highlight that if you respond to a prospect within mere seconds of them showing interest, you can multiply your potential revenue by 2 to 3 times. 2 to 3 times. If you wait a few minutes, or worse, a few hours, that lead goes ice cold. Instant engagement is exactly how you win this game. And finally, Section 6, Discipline and Focus Triggers. It's time to oversee the machine. Okay, we're shifting gears from the technical software side to the human element here. Because frankly, you could build the most sophisticated engine in the world, and it's utterly useless if you lack the personal discipline to oversee it. Which brings us to one of the most powerful concepts in our source material today. Environment wins over willpower. Successful directors of workflow, they don't rely on raw motivation, because let's face it, motivation always fades. Instead, they built strict environmental setups to ensure they actually manage the machine rather than getting sucked back into doing the manual tasks themselves. So how do we practically apply that? Well, you need tactical focus triggers. This could mean designating a specific chair in your office that you only sit in when you're managing the AI, or maybe blocking out deep work time first thing in the morning. And critically, you've got to treat your email inbox like a public to-do list of other people's priorities. I know, we all just groaned a little bit at that, but it is so true. Stay completely out of your inbox until your outreach engine has finished its primary functions. You have to protect your environment at all costs. Now, if this massive technical stack is sounding a bit overwhelming, don't panic. The sources recommend a very simple method to start implementing this incrementally. Step 1. Pick just one single daily task. Let's say lead research. Step 2. Delegate it and let an AI agent handle 90% of that workload. Just start right there. This takes the pressure off and prevents you from getting totally swamped while you gradually scale up your new automated ecosystem. As we wrap up this core blueprint today, I want you to keep this phrase stuck in your head. Motion beats motivation. You've got to stop waiting to feel perfectly ready. Stop waiting for some magical sign. The fact that you are engaging with this explainer right now, that's your sign. Start building this framework today. Take that first step and get into motion. So, I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. You've seen the entire blueprint. You understand the profound difference between the old method of manual list scraping and the massive potential of agentic deep research. So the question is, are you going to keep grinding away as a doer of tasks, just letting your competition pass you by? Or are you ready to become the director of your workflow and build the engine that runs your empire? The choice is entirely up to you. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this sparks the very beginning of your automated journey. See you next time.